Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on October the 7th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. All right, so in terms of what's going on in the markets at the moment, the big thing was the President Trump's tweet, or President Trump made an announcement saying that they're going to stop the talks with the. They're going to stop the talks with the Democrats. So this is in regards to the stimulus bill. That both they had been Republicans and Democrats had been going back and forth in regards to the $2 trillion stimulus bill. And people were supposed to get another $1,200 a month payment. That was a part of the bill. Anyway, so that is off the table now. There was a news that had come out. So President Trump, he said, I've instructed, basically, we'll just take a look at it. So he's instructed that to stop negotiating, representatives to stop negotiating stimulus bill until after the election. So this is the $2.4 trillion that they were they were looking at it. So that's the impact of that was that we saw markets drop fairly quickly. The stock market has dropped. So now we'll have to see what the impact will be from that. The question will be, is this one of those things where they will come back to the table, or will the market get spooked as a result of that? Excuse me, now we are getting close to the elections. So we'll see what type of impact that will have. But I would say we need to keep an eye on the news feed. Excuse me. So looks like my platform just disconnected and connected again. So the question will be, how will the markets look at it? If the markets get spooked, then we're looking for stock markets to drop, which means our dollar crosses and yen crosses are likely to drop as well. So that's something to keep in mind. We'll have to keep an eye on our news feed, because we may get knee-jerk reactions depending on how things go from here on out. Okay, coming up in terms of the news here, not a ton of major news here. We do have ECB President Lagarde speaking once again. Again, the question would be in terms of the forecast and if they express concerns in regards to Brexit and so forth. So one more thing tomorrow will be the FOMC meeting minutes. And at this point, so we'll have to see, again, the focus will be on the forecast and what impact the so the Fed is expecting in terms of the recovery and how long they think the recovery will take and all of that. Now, these are just the meeting minutes from the previous, the last meeting that they had. The question now will be, with the talks falling apart. So they had said last time in the Fed meeting, they had said that they are going to, they were looking at the government to pass the stimulus package that would support everyone. Now, with the talks falling apart, Fed shouldn't really change anything at this point because we're too close to the election. So I think it will be status quo. We should not see big impact. But again, any concerns in regards to the recovery could have a negative impact on the US dollar. All right, so let's go on to our charts now. We'll start off with euro dollar. We saw this drop in euro here, euro dollar, and this was because of the announcement that President Trump didn't want the representatives to continue with the stimulus package talks. Now, the package is very important, so this is where we have to take it with a grain of salt. Just because he said the talks won't continue doesn't mean that they won't continue, because people behind the scenes will be trying to get President Trump to change his mind and kind of bring people together. So we have to be mindful of that. But for now, just based on the technicals here, this is the type of move I would be looking at. looking at a potential pullback into this 1.1750 area, and then a drop. Now it may only pull into, well, the 1745, so it's not too far. So we'll have to keep an eye on here in terms of the news feed as well, because things could change. But for now, bias is bearish for euro dollar. Pound dollar, similar situation here. Pound was dropping already, but since the president tweet, we have seen this drop here. So bias is bearish here. Again, I would look for a pullback into this daily pivot here at 1.2920. And then if it holds, we are looking for a drop. So similar to this, and then looking for price to come back into this 1.2820 area. So bearish bias for pound dollar as well. So the target would be 1.2820. And then below that, we've got 1.2775. So bearish bias for pound dollar. Aussie dollar, again, we saw this big drop here because of that announcement from President Trump. So we have a nice bearish engulfing candle close here as well, looking for price to drop. Yesterday, we were monitoring the support resistance level. We see that price went into this and couldn't hold above that, couldn't break through it. And we have seen a drop. So now we can get rid of that. So bias is bearish now. And we are looking for the next move lower. 0.7060 is the first target. 0.70 is the second target. So bias is bearish here for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar here, same thing. If the stock market drops, we generally see the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar drop here as well. So bearish bias here. Next target is 0.6550 and then 0.6500. So bearish bias here for New Zealand dollar as well. Dollar CAD here, this one had dropped, but now with the US dollar changing direction, this one has also turned around here. So at this point, looking bullish here, keep in mind this support resistance level at 1.3330. Now, if it holds below, then I would be looking for a drop here. So it could turn around still. But I would say bullish bias. We do need to see a breakthrough to the other side for a continuation to the upside. So for now, bias is bullish with caution on this one though. All right, let's start. We'll take a look at commodities here, starting off with silver. With this one as well, there was that big impact from the comments from President Trump saying that they are going to stop negotiating on the stimulus bill here. Again, the concern would be, will that decision stand, and will that continue till the elections? Because everybody's going to be, from both sides, people will be trying to get them back at the table. So we'll see. So right now, bias is bearish. Be careful though, because again, volatility is likely. So right now, bias is bearish. We're looking for 2240. But this one can move in either direction, because it's going to be a knee-jerk sentiment-driven reaction. For now, though, bearish bias 2240, and then 2165 would be the second level to watch. And then we have gold here. Similar thing. We have seen a big drop here in gold with that comment from President Trump. So here, now I will look for a pullback potentially into 1889, 1900 level. And then if it holds, we're looking for a drop from there. So bearish bias here, 1850 will be the target for gold. Oil here, oil looking bearish here as well. Price tried to go through the resistance here, couldn't manage. So now we're looking for a move back towards the bottom of this range here. So bearish bias here for oil, 36.80 will be the target. Copper here, same deal. Copper is looking bearish as well. Potential pullback into 2.91 and then looking for a drop from there. So bearish bias. First target is 2.87 and then next target here would be 2.84. But again, in all of these, I would expect volatility. Bitcoin here looking bearish here. We have a bearish engulfing candle, not a huge candle, but still bearish engulfing. Next target here will be 10,330. So looking for price to basically come back towards the bottom of the range here. So first target 10,330 and then 10,100. So bearish bias for Bitcoin. S&P 500, so same thing. Now we did see the price got rejected at the resistance, but some of this move kind of got accelerated here, or it was going higher, but then we got those comments with President Trump not willing to negotiate. And as a result of that, that will spook the market out. But now it's a wait and see. So bearish bias here, I would look for a pullback and then a drop here. So bearish bias in terms of the target. First target is 3,300. And then the second target here would be 3265. So bias is bearish for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, this is looking bearish as well. We see that price dropped again with this one as well. If we take a look at it, it was going up, but things turned around with that comment. So bearish bias here. And in terms of target, we are looking at first target is 11,000 and then we may see a drop further, but again, expect volatility. And same thing with Dow Jones here as well. All the markets were really happy with progress being made in the stimulus bill, or all these comments in regards to the positive comments in regards to the stimulus bill. Do not like it when the stimulus or when the negotiations fall apart, but markets may be in this wait and watch mode. So bearish bias, 27,230 is the target here. So bearish bias for Dow Jones as well. DAX here, we see the price tried to break through the resistance, couldn't make it. And now this is looking bearish. 12,500 is the target. FTSE here, same thing, went into the top of the range, couldn't break it. So this is looking bearish. I will look for a move back towards the bottom of the range here, still stuck in that range. So 5780 is the target for FTSE. Nikkei here, we do have a bearish candle close. So I will look for price to drop. So next target here is 22,700. So bearish bias for Nikkei as well. So that's it today. So we'll wrap it up here. Have a wonderful evening and watch out for the volatility, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.